Hey guys, it's Audra and welcome back to my channel. I am here today with my hashtag Grinchathon TBR list. It will be a quick rundown of what the challenges are and what I plan on reading for each challenge, if I can get to all 7 books, and if not, once again, what I will be reading to make each challenge count with only 2 books, so that's kind of exciting. I will also be linking the original videos down below for you to check out. The Grinchathon is actually from December 17th to December 23rd, which is absolutely fantastic for me because it will start on Sunday, and it will go until the next weekend, and we get off Wednesday in the middle of the day for Christmas break. So I will have like 4 straight days of reading, and so I hope to get a lot of these books done, and I'm super excited to share that with you. So the Grinchathon is basically for people who aren't too crazy about Christmas or hate Christmas. Now, I don't really hate Christmas. I'm not going to go as far as to say that, but Christmas is the hardest time of the year for a lot of people, and especially for myself and my family. It was 5 years ago from this Christmas that my brother passed away, and 3 days before Christmas, and so that kind of has taken over Christmas. And then last year, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I started chemo December 1st, and so that's kind of my take on Christmas last year. And so it seems like everything bad happens around this time of year, and I'm over it. And so I like the Grinchathon. I'm all for it. And so here is what I plan on reading. The first book is a book you've been meaning to get to. So a book that you've had for a while and you just want to finally read. And for me, that is Checkmate by Stephen James. This series is one of my favorite series. I'm not typically a series reader, but I absolutely adore this series. It starts off with The Pawn, and it is the best murder mystery that I have ever read in terms of connections along the story. So this is the last book in this series. This is like the 6th or 7th, and I need to just finally finish it. It's one of those, I'm putting it off because I don't want everything to be over, but I know it will be a good one, and it's definitely high on my priority list. Number 2 is a mental health read, just because it's the hardest time of the year, and so there's a lot of mental health talk going on right now. And for me, that will be Sparrow by Sarah Moon. I don't know too much about this book. This is an arc that I need to pass on to somebody else, so I actually ordered my copy from Amazon, and it will get here Monday or something. So from my understanding, it is a probably middle grade, it says 12 and up, book about a girl who is found on the edge of a building, ready to jump off. And from my understanding from the Amazon summary is that the catalyst for this event was that her librarian, she was very, very close to, and that person dies, and she takes it really hard, and she's suicidal, but through the help of her therapist, they kind of work through those feelings together. So I'm excited to get through this one. It is pretty short, but I know it may be a tough one as well. But also, look at this cover. The cover is just gorgeous. Number 3 is a feel-good read. So this time of year is hard, so read something that's going to make you feel good. I don't know if it's really a feel-good read. This is Every Heart a Doorway by Shannon McGuire. I've heard tons of great things about it here on BookTube, and I think it's going to be a feel-good read for me just because it's short. I'm going to feel awesome about getting a short read done. So what I can tell about this so far is that it is a very short novel that is about these magical children after they get through their fantasy or fairy tale land. So it's the kids that appear out of the back of a wardrobe, or kids that come out of a dark rabbit hole. So for me, that would be like Alice in Wonderland and the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe characters. And so they come together in this novel. I think it's more of a dark read, so I'm excited about that, a little different twist. But I know there's one more book that goes with this so far, and I'm interested to read more about this, because fairy tales and those kind of things aren't really my cup of tea, but I think this could be a gateway to get there, I guess. So that will be number 3 for a feel-good read. So number 4 is a black cover, and I think that was because, like, read something like As Black as Your Heart for the Christmas season. It was something pretty funny. But once again, I'll link that down below so you can check into that. So my dark cover is There's Someone Inside of Your House. Now, even though you can see all the pink, it is mostly black. And once again, this is one that's been a hot topic here on BookTube. So from the dust jacket, I can kind of tell a little bit that basically it's the main character that has moved from Nebraska to Hawaii or something like that. And all of a sudden, all these kids, like from her school, are killed in gruesome murders until it gets closer and closer and closer to her type of deal. And so I'll be intrigued to see what happens with this one. Number 5 is a warm book, so like a summer book or something on the cover that makes you feel warm. And I chose The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicole Yoon. I absolutely know nothing about this, and I kind of want to keep it that way. I did love Everything by her, so I'm excited to read more, and I think from what I can tell, it's maybe in 3 points of view, which is exciting to see. And I chose it just because it mentions the sun on the cover, so that's what, I don't know, it's warm and it will count. It seems like it will be a quick read, so I'm also excited about that one. Number 6 is a diverse read. Don't leave any book out for the holiday season. Love everybody. And this is The 57 Bus. I saw this at the bookstore and I was really intrigued by it. It is a nonfiction YA novel, and I saw that my library had it, so I just picked it up from there. It says it's a true story of 2 teenagers and the crime that changed their lives. And so basically it is about a situation on a public transportation bus where a young man sets fire to this young lady's skirt. And like I said, it is a true event, so these are all based on what actually happened. So the reason that this would be diverse is that the young man that sets the fire is African American, and I believe the young woman is actually a transgender woman. Maybe, I don't know. It also mentions that the names of the non-gender conforming people in real life have been changed and agreed upon with that person to be non-gender conforming as well. So that tells me there's going to be a lot of talk about gender lines and gender roles as well as race throughout this book. Number 7 is a dark read, and I chose Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. My phonics are not doing too hot today, apparently. I totally butchered that. But this one looked really good. I think I saw it from Peruse Project, Reagan's YouTube for the first time. And it just really intrigued me. It's about Jack the Ripper, about a woman that loves him. And it's once again a YA novel. It does say James Patterson presents on the top. So although I'm not the biggest fan of James Patterson anymore, usually books that are kind of partnered with him have short chapters, and I love that. It makes me feel like I'm going quicker. There are some pretty disturbing pictures in here of corpses that probably go back to the time period of when this took place in history. But I think this is going to be a good historical fiction thriller, and there are more books that go with this as well. So I'm hoping I enjoy this one. Now, I am not naive to the fact that I probably won't be getting through all 7 of these books in 1 week. So I have chosen 2 that will count for every single challenge in the Grinchathon, and so I will focus on those and get those done for sure, and then power into the other ones. So those 2 will be Checkmate and the 57 Bus. And just to let you know which ones will count for which, I guess, Checkmate will be a book I've been meaning to get to, a feel-good read because it will feel good to finally get this finished, and a black cover. The 57 Bus will count for the mental health read, just because obviously it's going to take an interesting person to set fire to someone else. It's also going to count for a warm book because there is a fire on the cover and it's about a fire, and that is warm. And then obviously it does count for the diverse read because it's on the LGBTQIA+ spectrum and the race spectrum. And as for the 7th challenge, a dark read, they both would count for that because I think they both cover dark topics of the fire, setting someone on fire, the crime involved with that, and then the crimes and the murder mystery in this one. So they both are dark reads. So I'm so excited to get through these 2 books and hopefully the other 5, but we'll see. And I think I'm also going to do a vlog along the way to kind of just track how the reading goes and see if it's any different when I have 4 days off in a row. So that will be awesome. I will be checking in, and I would love to connect with some of you. Let me know what you're going to read down below. Make sure you check out the original videos as well, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.